Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. Today is January 22nd of 2025, and it is the time of the Florida blizzard down here all across the South, getting record amounts of snowfall for the area. So that's what we were chatting about. But I tell you what, we have some amazing things to share. Hi, Elizabeth. How are
Good
you there?
morning. Oh, I am good. I'm trying to stay warm.
Awesome. I hear ya. And then, of course, we have our amazing Royal Crown Diamond, Terry Seacrest. If you want to say hi, Terry. Terry says hi. I know she's still running around just a little bit this morning. She said that she ended up having a bunch of calls this morning, and don't we all get that? So, I would love to share a little bit with how this class kind of came along. And really, it's not so much a class as it is like a let's talk about it session. Okay. So back in, I want to say it was May, I actually ended up getting an injury to my hip, and then it was later discovered that there was arthritis in this hip. Okay. And so what I was told was, oh, hi, Sandy. We've got Sandy and Rona over there on the live stream, as well as others. If you're on the live stream, please say hi, because Facebook doesn't always show us like who's floating around over there. Um,
Ah,
so really what the doctor told me is they were like, in a sense, like, well, this is just something that you're going to have to deal with until you can't handle it anymore, and then you'll just get a hip replacement. Like, and they kind of like say it as if you're going to go pick up some milk from the grocery store. Like, oh, you'll just get a
so
hip
much,
replacement.
so much for hope and trying to do therapies and any other resources.
Right, right. Well, and they were like, well, you can do some physical therapy so you can figure out your limitations are. But of course, I call my good friend Terry Seacrest, who's like, that's not how this is going to go down.
Practice.
Right, Terry?
That's right, girl. We're not messing around.
That's right. So I discovered, you guys, some amazing things that have really helped my joints feel better, my body feel better, my mind even feel better. And I wanted to take the time to share these with you. Not just from the Young Living website, and also all of your experience, because I definitely want to hear what you guys have done that have helped you and your body. But I also would love for us to explore some products together. And again, we'll go to the Young Living website so that we make sure that we're making claims that are claimable. And then I am happy to share my story, but just know that that's from my own personal experience. And so your body might be a little different and your case may be a little different, but you can always try it out and see if it works for you. Okay. Um, so Terry, do you have anything initially that you would love to share with us just about, pain and inflammation and things like that?
Well, this all started because both of my boys are so crazy about aromases. And Elizabeth and I use it all the time. We just knew that there was options out there for you, Beth.
Oh yeah. Well, and Terry, actually, it was you watching how the supportive package that you put together for Joseph when he was playing football is it kind of jogged in my memory, because if I remember correctly, you had him on the Ningxia Red packets, and also I remember that you had him on BLM as well. What else did you have him? Did you have him on
Well,
other things too?
sulfurzyme,
Oh, Sulfurzyme, of
you
course.
cannot say enough about sulfurzyme. Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of Sulfurzyme, you guys, a little bit of a side note, okay, but we won't stay here long. We'll get to pain, I promise. So, I went down to the UPS store yesterday to send off some documents. And for the first time in a long time, someone looked at my name and told me that I look too young to be a Beverly. Okay, it used to happen to me all the time. I have kind of an old name, right? And so I've been diligent in my sulfurzyme powder and my Inner Beauty collagen. And then I've also kicked in the one that I always name wrong, Inner Boost and Beauty, Inner Beauty and Boost. What's the name of the actual product? It's Inner Boost and Beauty. Come on, Debbie.
Inner
Boost and
balance, I
balance.
thought. Inner
Balance.
balance.
Balance. Say it again.
It's boost and balance, I think. Inner Boost and Balance. Inner
Hold on, we
Beauty
gotta
Boost
look this up. Hold on. Inner
Yeah.
Boost and Balance. Yeah.
Inner Boost? Yes, Inner Boost and Balance. Debbie gets the prize. So these delightful little orange sticks, and I actually like to put them into my afternoon serving of Ningxia Red. If any of you guys are doing that 30-day reset, into my one in the afternoon is where I put my Inner Boost and Balance, because I take the Inner Beauty Collagen in the morning, okay? And let me tell you, I have noticed it making a little bit of a difference, but yesterday was the first time. Yes, Beverly, your name is Beverly? You're too young to be a Beverly. I'm like, yes, okay, I'll take it. I will take that compliment. Something that I want to address about what Terry was saying about the Aromaseas. Okay, so Aromaseas is one of the oils that I keep around that I've really leaned into. Aromaseas has this amazing ability to get kind of like under, I don't know how you would say that, like under bone, but I don't know if that's the right way to say it or not. But what I mean by that is that the very first time I ever used Aromaseas, I had actually done the incline in Colorado. The incline is, I don't even remember how many steps it is, but they're all at about a 45-degree angle. And it's how you can go about halfway up Pikes Peak, okay? They're railroad ties that used to belong to the Cog Railway that would take you up the side of the mountain. So I went up just fine, but then you've got to turn around and you have to come back down. And the next morning, underneath my kneecap, sore, okay? And you can't rub there, you know? So I think it was Terry actually that might have given me the Aromaseas, and I put it on just around my kneecap, and somehow it goes under the kneecap to take care of the discomfort that I was having. And so then later, with my grandmother's shoulder, you know, she was having some soreness underneath her shoulder blade. So I pop out my Aromaseas and I do a few drops down the shoulder blade, give it a little rub, and I'll be darned if it didn't do the same thing. Now, Donald Tuman, who used to be on a lot, he told me that Aromaseas, and this is not a statement from the website, okay? So just to make that clear, but he told me that in his experience, Aromaseas is really good for ligaments. And this is why it's actually able to be so effective on things like shoulders and knees and, you know, things like that, because it just can calm down the ligament, which of course your meniscus, for example, which lives underneath your kneecap, it can get uncomfortable. And so a little Aromaseas can really go a long way. I want to share, Terry, do you have anything you'd like to add, or Elizabeth, or anybody about
Yeah,
Aromaseas?
I love where this is headed. And back then, when we were talking about back then, we didn't have AminoWise. Now, adding AminoWise to this entire scenario is also phenomenal. Like, let's say you're doing the hiking, the incline, adding that AminoWise, post workout.
Yes.
And guys, put it in the chat. Whoever uses AminoWise, please put it in the chat. Elizabeth loves
It helps replenish your electrolytes, and so even though we have the Vitality drops that are electrolytes, I have definitely found that that's a good flavoring for water and helpful, but I love the AminoWise for helping replenish those electrolytes after a workout. And I can definitely tell, when you're just like sluggish and you kind of can't get moving throughout the day after a really hard one, that AminoWise helps me recover after it. So that and the Ningxia Red are two huge things.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I actually, if I know that I'm going to do a super hard workout, I will actually do a little bit of AminoWise before the workout and then go work out and do a little bit more afterwards also.
Yep.
So I really enjoy that product too. So I'm going to share my own AminoWise story with you guys. And again, this is just my personal experience, so you can do with it what you will. Okay. So I have had the world's most sluggish gallbladder. And because of that, I've been really prone to gallbladder attacks. And what is a gallbladder attack? Well, it's when you are eating and 3 or 4 bites in, your gallbladder will immediately tell you that it is unhappy with what you're consuming via feeling as though it is stabbing you in the rib cage. Okay, they are uncomfortable. And anybody that has ever experienced gallbladder uncomfortableness, you know what I'm talking about. It's like sore in the front and it's like a knife to the back. I don't know why it does that, tricky little guy. Okay. Now, I do want to make clear that I don't have gallstones. Okay. So if you have gallstones and that's why you're having a gallbladder attack, this might be a little different for you. But I can tell you that if I begin to have a gallbladder attack, AminoWise is the only oil in the whole arsenal of Young Living and everything that I've tried that a few drops, if I do a few drops right on the gallbladder and I wrap it around to the area in my rib cage that the gallbladder, what do they call that? That kind of pain where it like, you're hurting over here, but it's not really over there. I forget what that's called. But anyway, if I just do that whole area, we're talking maybe 3-4 minutes and it completely, all the pain is gone. And so I really highly recommend it. AromaSeed, yep.
Real quick, just to clarify, you've said AminoWise a few times, but I know that you're talking about the AromaSeed.
Sorry, I am talking about the AromaSeed. I just saw Debbie's question. No, I'm talking about the AromaSeed oil.
Totally.
A couple of drops of the AromaSeed oil. I in my mind's eye, I can just picture people sprinkling AminoWise on themselves. Please don't do that.
Taking a full test.
I thought to myself, well, that's interesting how a drink goes onto the body. I'm going, all right, Beverly, I'm.
I took my MindWise this morning. I honestly did. Now it's the AromaSeed, you guys. AromaSeed oil. And now I don't go anywhere without it. I actually, when I went to visit Texas over Christmas, I had mine with me, but the cap wasn't sealed all the way. So my carry-on got a lovely dose of AromaSeed. And then I ended up having a gallbladder attack. And I think we shook down the whole state of Texas until we found more AromaSeed. As a matter of fact, Elizabeth's boyfriend, Nate, ended up having a bottle and drove it out to me. God bless that man. Okay, so getting back to overall inflammation. There is something that myself and, Terry, I think you really stand in agreement with me on this. And that is that you will not out supplement a poor diet. Would you agree, Terry?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. If you are eating poorly, high fatty foods and things like that, yes, supplements will help, but you simply cannot out supplement a poor diet in the way that you can't out exercise a poor diet, right? See, look at Debbie. Hold up, Debbie. Hold on. Let me, boom. There you go. You can start there.
Exactly.
Totally.
So if you are experiencing lots of inflammation, if you are feeling the arthritis in your joints and you're starting to get a little bit of creakiness, I would say step one, you've got to start adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet. Okay. I know sometimes it seems difficult when you only talk about stuff you have to cut out of your diet. So I don't want to do that. I don't necessarily want to be cut out all of your steak and your potatoes and all of this other stuff. But I would highly encourage you to begin adding a lot of fruits and vegetables and nutrients to your diet. And you can do that. Like Terry's amazing cookbook, Eating for Life. I mean, oh my gosh, Terry, you have so many good vegetable recipes in there and soups, great soups as well.
We just made for excuse me, Bev. We had an election party a couple days ago, and a bunch of people came over. Yeah, it was so fun. And I made that coleslaw that's in the cookbook, and they just went crazy over it. And again, it's just every meal should have something live, right? Right, guys? And your body, the cells of your body just come alive. So I am so grateful to have my own book to cook out of.
Well, and Terry's Vitality stew also so good. You know, really, really good. That lentil stew, I'm telling you, it's definitely a family favorite here. So start adding vegetables. And something that I was reminded of, Terry, is that you and I, you know, we were sitting around once and we were trying to think of, if you are somebody who eats out a lot, you know, what are some ways that you can start adding good vegetables even in that scenario? And so Terry and I had come up with this idea that when you sit down at a restaurant and they give you the menu, right away order a side salad. Like right away, before you even decide on your entree, ask the waitress to bring you a salad with your favorite dressing on it, and actually eat that salad while you're contemplating what you're going to eat for dinner. And what this did was, is it led to better food choices because you weren't just so hungry, you were just grabbing for any bit of comfort food. But it also started your body off on feeling really good. It's such an easy way to add more vegetables, is by.
Can I add to that, Bev, real
Yeah,
quick?
go ahead, Terry.
This is a really funny thing to share about how restaurants never make any money off of me, because when I go in there, I ask for water with no ice and lots of lemon. And
Yes.
they will bring me 5 or 6 slices of lemon. And isn't that the most amazing thing? Because again, it will help to strengthen and cleanse your liver before you ever put the first, bite of food in your mouth. And lemons are expensive. And it's the only thing on the menu they never charge you for are lemons. So
That's
it's so
hilarious.
fun.
That's absolutely hilarious. And it's so true, you know? So just imagine starting every single meal with an amazing glass with some fresh lemon in it and a little salad, and then get into all of those foods that you love. Even just by adding those two things, you're going to be doing your body a huge favor. Okay. Okay. So getting into some products though, speaking of additions, which one of you guys have tried this golden turmeric?
Oh, love it, love it, love it.
Yes.
Love it. I take it every day, Beverly. It's a
Now-
go-to for us.
Now, Jan, how do you like to, what do you put yours in? How do you like to take your golden turmeric?
Okay, every morning after we have our lemon water in warm water, lemon juice in warm water, we may or may not have some breakfast, but at some point in the morning, it's a scoop of Inner Beauty Collagen, a scoop of Ningxia Greens, and a scoop, the measuring teaspoon or half teaspoon of the golden turmeric. We put it in about 8 ounces of water. We have to use that little spinner thing, the little foamy spinner thing to get it all dissolved. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times we'll throw in our Frank 2 supplement when we drink that down, because we're getting the phytonutrients too. So if you guys, I mean, if we run out of any one of those 3, it's like, how are we gonna get it? So it's always on our auto ship. It's always on there.
That's amazing. This is a new product for me, you guys. Until I hurt my hip, I did not pick up this product. Elizabeth, do you have a way that you like to take it? How do you like to take yours?
I love to put it in a shake. And so one of the things I've started doing is, I mean, we have so many different shake recipes, but doing like Ningxia and turmeric, and then any of the other stuff, any beauty collagen or sulfurzyme. It's great in like that. You can also add it to a tea and do kind of like an herbal tea. And what I would do is, let me think here. You kind of have to mix it up somehow. So if you have a little mixer, or just shake it into a little bit of water so you get it mixed up and then add it to your tea, it's actually a really nice flavor with some honey.
Yeah, it smells. I mean, if you guys have it, like it smells, I want to say that it kind of reminds me of apricots a little bit when you smell it. It has like such a delightful flavor. And now, Terry, like I love watching you make your morning shakes. What I can't remember is if you put your golden turmeric into your morning shake or not.
Well, the reason I don't is because I feel like maybe it's not going to get mixed up properly in the blender.
Okay.
I kind of am in agreement with Jan, that little tiny, Jan, where did we get those? Did we get those from Young Living? Those little
immersion blender thing?
Yeah, well, actually, I think the first time we ordered golden turmeric, we might have gotten it then. It was part of a Christmas thing a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, we use those things for lots of stuff, but I think it's really key for the golden turmeric to
Yeah.
really get it dissolved. And I know that I tried initially to do it in like warm milk because people talked about doing kind of like a chai golden turmeric thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't like it that well. And I think my goal with that was to get it down and have it in my body. So I didn't want to put anything in the way of making me think, oh, I don't want to warm milk or whatever. So we came up with this, putting it with the Ningxia greens and the inner beauty collagen. It's just, it tastes great. Everything dissolves well. Now the Ningxia greens will sink to the bottom because they're heavier and they get dispersed, but they don't really dissolve. So you just have to swirl it in your glass as you're drinking it down. But it's just this much in a glass. And you're good to go. And I just feel really covered. I feel covered with nutrients when I've got that in my body and a few other things that we always take too. And of course, you could put it with Ningxia Red, but I have my Ningxia Red routine that I love, so I don't want to mess with that.
Yes, yeah, I completely understand that. And what I smell, okay, so I said it smelled like apricots. It's actually mango. That's kind of like what you smell in there. So I just want to read this to you guys because when it comes to things that you can compliantly say, this golden turmeric mango rose is absolutely one of our most powerful products. Okay. It says that it's a drink that supports the body's natural response to inflammation, your natural immune response, joint health, mobility, and recovery after physical exertion. And that joint health and mobility is huge for everybody, for anybody who's moving around. You need that joint health, trust me. Golden turmeric uses a unique water dispersible formula that makes it 24 times more bioavailable than standard turmeric products.
Wow.
If you guys are taking turmeric on your own and with other supplements, let me tell you that the body does not easily absorb a lot of turmeric. You do have to pair it with other things to make sure that it's going to absorb properly. And ginger is one of the things that is in here that does help with that bioavailability. So it says turmeric products so you can enjoy the full benefits of turmeric and relax, restore, and recover. It combines the benefits of high quality turmeric and prebiotics into a delicious mango rose drink. These powerful ingredients support your body's natural response to inflammation, immune response, joint health, mobility, and recovery after exercise. Drinking one glass can support healthy digestion as well as your gut-brain axis. So we are talking an amazingly powerful product. Your
I
body,
love all of those claims. That is just wonderful that we can say all of that.
yes, isn't that amazing? So it says your body absorbs the same amount of curcuminoids from just 300 milligrams of golden turmeric as it does from 1,926 milligrams of standard turmeric.
Wow.
So if you're going to talk about just an amazing product that's very bioavailable, this is it. Turmeric naturally contains occurring additives such as your curcuminoids that help support joint mobility. And really, that's what turmeric is really known for. So there's some suggested ways to take it down here, adding it to your Ningxia Red, drinking it at bedtime as part of your nighttime routine, adding it to water, juice, or milk every day. But this is what is recommended for the golden turmeric. And I have to say, it's been one of my favorite additions to my natural routine has actually been the golden turmeric. And I feel like when I turn it there you go, to try to show you the label, I end up on the wrong side. Okay, so I used to take, I would do Dandy Blend, which is a dandelion root, and I would combine it with turmeric, black pepper, and cinnamon in an attempt to actually absorb more of the turmeric. And it makes a delightful little latte, you guys, but this is so much more bioavailable. And it's really going to help with that joint mobility, which I know is what we're looking for. So in this class anyway. But I have to say, the first product that absolutely blew me out of my shoes, okay, absolutely out of my shoes, is an oldie but a goodie. This Copaiba, you guys. Copaiba. So I started taking Copaiba because of the Boho Botox challenge from way back in the day. Okay, this was years ago, you guys. And I can't remember if I think in the Boho Botox challenge, it was like you did a couple of drops of longevity, the vitality oil. And then I think you might have done Copaiba. I don't exactly remember how it happened. I just know that during that time is when I discovered Copaiba. And let me tell you this, as essential oil lovers, when we are faced with a 00 empty gel cap and an oil, we want to cram it all in there, right? Like we're going to fill the sucker to the top and swallow it down. Well, I kept hearing, so this was part of a group, and I kept hearing that people were maybe having a little stomach discomfort. You wanted to work your way up to it, da da da. So I started with just 3 drops of Copaiba into an empty gel cap. Absolutely immediately changed my life. Like, I was experiencing very weird symptoms. Like I would go to bed and I like to sleep on my side, so my knees would be together, and where my knees would meet, it would get sore. Like it was weird. It was like just the touch of those two together, those two joints on top of each other, it would have a little bit of discomfort. And when I started taking capsules of Copaiba, 3 drops, you guys, you don't even have to put it in a capsule. You could easily add it to a warm beverage that you're taking in the morning. You could make it part of your Ningxia Red shot. You can do 3. So Copaiba, if you've never ingested it, it smells a little bit like cinnamon, okay? And it tastes a little bit like a mild cinnamon. So it's an easy one to actually consume. And so if you are needing a positive immune response in your body, that's what I did. And I never did more, you guys. I did not have to fill up that capsule that we're all so eager to do when we love our oils. 3 drops of Copaiba every morning. I'm just saying, it was an amazing thing. Does
And I
anyone
said-
else take regular? Yeah, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yes. Copaiba sits on my nightstand, and I just put it under my tongue before I go to bed at night.
Oh, every night?
Yeah, almost
Wow.
every night. And I'll do like, yeah, anyways, I do however much I want. But no joke, I feel like it really helps my stomach and any, bloating, puffiness, inflammation type of thing. So when I wake up, I'm like flat tummy and it's happy and all of that.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful? Okay, so with Copaiba actually has some studies. So we're going to click our little microscope over here, and it's going to zoom us down the page to some of these studies, and let's just explore them together.
Awesome.
Did I not hit that properly? There you go. Hit the button correctly. Okay, so here's the first one with Copaiba. And so this is about fibrosis, and you can understand what that means by reading it or Googling it, okay? But this is just, it's such, so first of all, it does talk about in the study about Copaiba being antioxidant, which is fantastic. Getting rid of that oxidative stress, especially if your body has a tendency to be a little bit more acidic, is really important. And when you alleviate some of that oxidative stress as well, your body just starts to feel so good. So that's our first study. Let's take a look at the second one here. I actually haven't read this one before. I don't know what any of that means, but there it is. I feel like sometimes we get to get a little business degree. What were you saying, Elizabeth?
Oh, I'm just reading it. Copaiba oil is available in Brazil.
Yeah, and this talks about the anti-inflammatory agents, right? They
Yeah,
sell Copaiba as one.
very neat. Wow. Cool.
So there's that lovely guy. If you understand it, you get a high five from me.
Right. I tell you what, the year that I went to convention, they launched it. It was like the game changer in my life. I love Copaiba. What it does.
Isn't that amazing? It's a great oil. And this one is really good too, because this talks about colitis.
Yep.
And I can only tell you how many people actually struggle with digestion and things like colitis. And in this particular study, it actually talks about the improvement in colitis because of its anti-inflammatory properties, which is, it's in this paragraph. There we go, anti-inflammatory effect. Now, here is something for those of you who like the effects of CBD oil, but don't particularly like CBD. Copaiba actually affects our cannabinoid receptor 2 the same way that CBD oil does. And I believe, if I remember correctly, your cannabinoid receptor 2, so your CB2, is in direct connection with your immune system. Okay, so your cannabinoid receptors, there's one that is great for your skin, and then there's one that is great for your immunity. And I believe the immunity one is the CB2 receptor. And I'm saying I believe only because the technology behind CBD oil is still a little bit new to me. But those new videos that Young Living just put out, if you go find them in the digital library, they will explain those receptors to you. And so we can all be a little bit more confident in how we talk about it. But if you liked the new information about the cannabinoid system that's inside of our bodies, but you're not comfortable with CBD products for whatever reason, reach for your Copaiba.
And Beverly, just to point out that those beautiful research links, Young Living is populating almost every product one by one with those research links. And I don't know of any other company that has anything like that on their website, honestly.
I agree. And let me show you one more beautiful thing, Terry. Speaking of how you're saying about Young Living with populating the website, you can scroll down and here's the Learn More button. And the Learn More button is everything that Young Living has produced on Copaiba. So for example, there's 2 videos. There's Adding Vitality to Your Life about Copaiba, and then there's Sourcing Copaiba, which is a video. And then there's a DIY holiday mocktail if you want to get fun with your Copaiba. And then, so the ones with this little camera by it are all videos. And then these are your blogs. So they have a little blog about 6 ways to use your Copaiba.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so you can really, this foot soak one, you guys, I'm such a sucker for a good foot soak. Let me just tell you.
And then if you decide to just add your Vitality Copaiba with your Frank too, wow, what a game.
Yes.
You
Yes.
are right. That is the other thing that would sit on my nightstand.
that
It's
could be.
actually the Phyto Nutrition in the big blue bottle.
Right here. Boop.
Yep,
You want
there
to
you
talk
go.
about that? When I said that, look, Ellen sold up her bottle. If you got it, show it, you guys.
Mine's in the other room.
No, the phytonutrition is an amazing product. And before I get into that one, I do want to say this as well. So you've got your golden turmeric that is fantastic for your mobility and your joint support and all of that. Agile Ease is the same. And if you are really struggling with your arthritis or your joints, these 2 should be constantly on your loyalty rewards, okay? So before we get into phytonutrition, I just want to show you guys this Agile Ease really quick. Oh, it helps if I share my screen.
And Beverly, that really is the first product where Young Living focused on the fact that turmeric was in that product.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's that yellow color. It's that beautiful golden yellow color. So you know right away that it's got turmeric in it.
That's neat.
Yeah, yes. So if you
Yeah.
what Jan is referring to is if you look at the Agile Ease capsule, you can tell that there's turmeric in there. I mean, like nothing else has that beautiful golden color, right?
That's cool.
So let's take a look at Agile Ease. I take 2 of these every single morning, you guys, every single morning. So Agile Ease promotes joint health by supporting healthy cartilage. That's why this is needed if you have joint issues, okay? If you're dealing with some joint function issues. So we're talking healthy cartilage, joint flexibility and mobility, and the body's healthy response to inflammation after exercise. There is an entire presentation, if you click that button, in the digital library just on Agile Ease. Okay.
That's cool.
So if you really want to dive into this product, look at this, you guys, when it comes to your
Wow.
marketing as well.
Love it.
Joint health statistics in the US, it costs $303.5 billion annually in medical care and lost earnings because of poor joint health in the US, you guys.
Wow. Yeah.
So this whole thing is just amazing. And for those of you who hyaluronic acid right now is definitely something that is out there being marketed, and in Agile Ease as well, we have some hyaluronic acid in there, as well as turmeric, wintergreen, the copaiba we were just talking about, clove, Northern Lights black spruce
Oh,
essential oil. You've got
Wow.
glucosamine in there, you've got frankincense in there, and then you have the unnatured chicken type 2 collagen. Okay, and hyaluronic acid, you guys, fantastic for your skin. Really, really good.
And again, Bev, if you pair that with sulfurzyme powder,
Yes.
also for joint support, what a 1-2 punch.
Yes, and here's what the sulfurzyme, you guys. Agile Ease actually does not contain MSM. Okay.
Yeah.
So it also it says it contains many ingredients that aren't in the Young Living BLM supplement, including the turmeric, the black pepper. Again, the black pepper helps you absorb that curcumin that is in the turmeric. Okay. Hyaluronic acid, copaiba, frankincense, those things are not in BLM, nor are they in the sulfurzyme powder. And that's why it's so brilliant, Terry, that you mentioned taking it with sulfurzyme powder, because there is not MSM in Agile Ease.
Yeah, I think those two together, sulfurzyme and Agile Ease, are just so important, especially for working out and getting older.
Yes,
That is
yep,
a-
exactly.
That is a really good PowerPoint you were going through there, Beverly. That's like dynamite.
Yeah, that is in the digital library. So if you go into the digital library, again, if you scroll down to the bottom of any page on the Young Living website, the digital library right now, it's number 2 under company. Or what you're going to start seeing a lot more of, like Terry was saying about Young Living adding more and more to the website, this has a hyperlink right here that says, see the presentation here. And so you can select it, and that will put you right through to that PowerPoint. Also under here, I feel like this is a little bit hidden. I would love for them to move it up a little more. So you guys have to kind of dig for it a little bit more. But under supplement facts, you're going to see the product info page. Terry and Elizabeth make these amazing sales binders. They will print. So like, let's say that one of them is doing a wellness form with me, and they've heard me complain about my hip joint pain. Okay. So one of the things that they would like to talk to me about is actually Agile Ease. Well, what they will do is they will go to the product page. They will print this product page off and actually put it in a little page protector and put it into their sales notebook. And those sales notebooks, ladies, have gotten so beautiful. And one of the things, so Elizabeth and Terry, there I am honored enough to have them both be my direct upline. Okay, so I'm right under Elizabeth, and then Terry's right above her. And they gifted me one of these sales notebooks. And so if you're a leader and you have a lot of brand partners underneath you, I think you should consider actually blessing them with a sales notebook so that they can have some of these things at their fingertips. It's been a tremendous resource for me, and I've really enjoyed it. So thank you, Terry, for my sales notebook.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
I think that is such a fabulous idea. I mean, I remember in the early days when they first had product information pages, we just called them PIPs. We printed those suckers out. We put them in the sheet protectors, and it was like our Bible for everything we needed to know about the oils, because we knew what was on that page we could share with people. And a lot of times, if there were certain products that we knew people needed, we would just print them a PIP and give it to them with their product.
Yes, and I believe, so if you guys are interested, I just want to look, I don't know if they have them separately in the digital library or not. So
I
let's
think
just
they do.
take
I
a
think
look.
they do, Beverly. I've looked back there before.
Product info. Wow, they've got a lot under product info. Let's see if they have yes, okay. If you type in product information page, there you go.
Love it, love it.
Great. Yep.
There's a
So many.
bunch of them back here.
What's really a brilliant marketing thing, girls, is printing 3 of each. And then you sit down with a client, and when they place their order, just kind of like Jan said, you send them home with it, and they're sitting there educating themselves before the product ever gets there.
Yes, and not only that, Terry, but it also gets your client really excited about using the product when it comes.
Exactly.
I can't tell you how without good education that is getting people excited for their box to arrive, sometimes that box will arrive and it will sit there, you guys. It will just sit there because people will forget how to use their product. So getting them excited and getting them that information, that's actually something that Terry taught me when I was growing my Young Living business that has really stuck around. And a lot of my clients that I've now had for a decade are because they got that great product information right up front and just became an instant lover, you know?
And just, hey, Bev, just one other tip along those lines. After the client leaves my office, they're heading home. I'm sitting there typing out something that says, like if it was Jan, I would say, Jan's amazing vitality, blah, blah, blah. I just come up with some really fun title. And then I put their whole protocol, their daily protocol on there. And then I email it to them and I tell them, print it out and put it on your mirror in your bathroom. And that way they are so happy that they already have it. Because, you might say a teaspoon of sulfurzyme and they're like, they totally forget, So you got that and it's on their mirror. So the minute their product gets there, they've got their protocol.
Yes, and putting together, like talking with every client and helping them build a little regimen as well is really, really useful. And for my hip, I know we're talking about a lot of products, but if you actually want to know that my regimen that I do just for my hip, okay, so it helps a lot of other things too, is I do the golden turmeric. Okay, so right now, because of the 30-day Ningxia Red challenge, I'm doing 6 ounces of Ningxia Red a day. But on any given day, I usually do 4. I'll do 2 in the morning and then I'll do 2 in the afternoon. Into my afternoon Ningxia Red goes the golden turmeric, okay? And I also put my Inner Boost and Beauty collagen packet in there and stir it up, and I take all of that together in like my afternoon shake. I also like to put water in there, because I like to drink it kind of like as a little refreshing juice. But that is what I do with this. With this Agile Ease, I actually take Agile Ease first thing in the morning. So I'll have my little morning Ningxia Red and Agile Ease. It's 2 capsules. I'll do the Agile Ease first thing in the morning with my Copaiba capsule. So Copaiba capsule, 3 drops, Agile Ease, 2 ounces of Ningxia Red. In the afternoon, golden turmeric, the other 2 ounces of Ningxia Red, and what am I forgetting? What did I just say?
The Inner Beauty.
Thank you, the Inner Beauty. That's what happens when I don't bring it with me. Okay, it's downstairs. So let's talk about this phytonutrition. I just started taking this at the Young Living convention, is where I picked up my first bottle, and then I've just kind of had it on my loyalty rewards. The phytonutrition. Let's take a look at the product page for this. I actually like to take it at night. I'm not sure when everybody enjoys taking theirs, but I like to take it at night. Here we, oh, again, helps if I share my screen. So phytonutrition, you guys, actually has a few different photos. So they're building us up with our marketing over here, okay? Because this is one of the first products that I actually saw that does have more than one photo that you can use in your own marketing, which is great. It also shows you what the product looks like, which is really nice, because it's a little bit different looking than other Young Living products, right? So, this, what it tells you is that the essential oil extracts support cell health, immune function, and overall wellness. And then when you come down here, it says that it provides nourishing daily cell support with phytonutrient-rich product. It contains antioxidant properties that can help protect against free radicals. It will support overall wellness. It supports a healthy immune system and a healthy inflammation response. And remember, this healthy inflammation response is really key. That's really what we're looking for. The phytonutrition actually contains Frank-2 as well. And that uses the frankincense essential oil to extract the boswellic acids for more benefits than just the essential oil alone. So if you haven't looked into Frank-2, you should. But also into this bottle is the orange cacao essential oil extract, which is another deep spectra technology oil. It also contains essential fatty acids, it contains vitamins, and it also contains some trace minerals. And yeah, just upcycled plant material, which is great. So right now, I guess it's coming back soon right now because it will be part of, Terry, is that right? It's going through like a reformulation kind of, where it'll be part of the CBD line. Is that correct?
I don't think that is correct.
Okay, I might be hearing things
All right,
wrong.
can you make Elizabeth a panelist again? She got
Yeah, I
bumped
just
up.
did. I just sent her the thingy. I just sent her the thingy.
Thank you.
Okay,
Well,
well,
I would just like to say, while you're bringing Elizabeth back on, that this has been a totally key product in our household. And we just finished up, I think, our 4th or 5th bottle. And we're just like chomping at the bit, waiting for it to come back in stock. So we've been just putting Frank-2 in like V6 or just something just to, keep getting the Frank-2 internally. And just excited for it to be back. I just think it's a dynamite product.
yeah, yes, I would agree. And if you guys are curious about the Deep Spectra technology, it actually has its own little section of the Young Living website. So if you're on the Deep Spectra product page, it says click here to learn more about Deep Spectra technology. So when you click there, you will go to the Deep Spectra section of the Young Living website. And this just really explains more about Deep Spectra. You can watch the video on Frank-2. We've got the Deep Spectra, Frank-2, and the phytonutrition. So the Frank-2 is still available. And yeah, you can just learn a lot more about it.
So Beverly, you had mentioned CBD and the Deep Spectra. So what I do know is in our new CBD tincture product is the Frank-2. It's not the whole phytonutrient added to it, but it's just the Frank-2. So that definitely gives it that added bit of boost added to the CBD.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna say what I want to close with, but so far what we've talked about is really getting to the heart of what causes that inflammation in our body from the inside, right? So doing the golden turmeric, doing Agile Ease, ingesting your Copaiba Vitality, using your phytonutrition. I like to use mine at night, okay? Using your Ningxia Red, using your Inner Beauty Collagen. All of those they're gonna go in and start to help your body start to rebuild some of the things that it may have lost. Like for example, by the time you're experiencing arthritis symptoms, some of your cartilage has already been lost. So it's really important to support your body on the inside. This is why we started the conversation with healthy nutrition, because ultimately that is what is going to give you some longevity. But on the road to there, I know that you're experiencing some symptoms. Okay. That's what got you asking the questions. So I want to talk a little bit about these essential oils that in the meantime, while your body is starting to permanently heal, or you're at least opening the door for your body's ability to heal itself, right? Let's talk a little bit about some of the products that we can use for the symptoms that you may be experiencing on your road to some better health. Okay. So, I really want to talk about Deep Relief. Deep Relief, excellent oil. We did talk about Aromaseas already as a topical, symptom reliever, okay, of some temporary discomfort and things. I also want to bring up the Coolazole Pain Relief Cream. As you can tell, my poor little bottle of Coolazole is almost out, okay? So this is going on my loyalty for this month. Actually, it's funny. I think I already ran my loyalty this month, so I might have to do a one-time order. That's what those essential oil points are good for, right? Like those things that you forget to put on your loyalty. So in my loyalty points order, the Coolazole Pain Cream will go on there. This actually comes in two forms. This is the Coolazole Pain Cream, and then there's a Coolazole Sports Cream. The main difference between the two really is in the texture, okay? This is a lot lighter. The sports gel is a little bit more slimy, okay? It has a bit of a jelly texture, so it's right in line with its word. And really the difference between the two is that if you are experiencing discomfort and you're getting ready to go on a run, or you already are hot and sweaty and the surface of your skin is wet, do the sports gel. That's really what it's created for, is to be able to stay on and penetrate through your sweat and all of this other stuff that's going on while you are playing, or after you're done playing or working out or doing whatever you're doing. If your skin is already clean, calm, and collected, then you can grab the Coolazole. Now, here's what I'm going to say to this, though. If you're using your oils in conjunction with your pain cream, you're going to have to do one of two things. Either put on your oils and allow them to dry for like 5 to 10 minutes before putting on your pain cream, or do the pain cream first and then top with the oils. Why do I say that? Because I can't tell you how many times I've done the oils and I'm like, I'm going to top it with the pain cream to really drive it in deep. And that pain cream will slide off those oils like butter, you guys. The whole thing will just go right off the surface of your skin. So you want to make sure that the oils have really absorbed into the skin. But I have successfully done it the other way, where I've started with the pain cream and then I've topped with the oils. The oils will be just fine on top of the pain cream. The pain cream is not okay on top of the oils. It's like a slip and slide. So, just make sure to watch that. Terry, are there some topical oils that you really like for some temporary discomfort?
Well, I'm glad you talked about Deep Relief. I absolutely love it. I rarely have any discomfort. I'm happy to say, but I do love the Deep Relief whenever that happens.
Oh, and the Panaway.
Panaway.
Panaway's
Great. But again, Aromaseas is my favorite as well, Bev. It's just such an overall lower back pain. Oh,
Yes.
You know what? It's funny. Because the weather's been so bad, I have this little mini trampoline thing in the house now that I'm using. And I love it when the weather's bad. And so what I love to do is actually put the Aromaseas on my feet before bed. Because if or let's say I do walk, 5 miles or whatever, I like putting the Aromaseas right on my feet. And it just nurtures my feet and makes them feel so good.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And does anyone else have a good oil? Jan, I see you are unmuted.
Well, I was just reminded that Aromaseas is actually one of the oils in the Raindrop Kit.
Mhm.
It is such a powerful oil. It's amazing to me.
Yeah. It's so good, Jan.
Yeah.
I would suggest anybody watching today that go back and try and find, and Bev, please tell, because you've done such a great job, Bev, would you tell everybody about our YouTube channel? Because they need to be able to access this video, and we can help so many people with the great information you've given today.
Well, the Royal Dream Team has a YouTube channel. To be honest, I'm not sure how searchable it is because it's a little new. So what we'll do, Terry,
Maybe
is,
Elizabeth could jump in on this.
well, we can grab the link. I think would probably be the easiest thing is to grab the link and then we'll share the link because, but let me tell you guys this, the more you can help out the team by going to the YouTube channel and liking some things that are on there, the easier it's going to be to search for it. So when you type in Royal Dream Team into the search bar of YouTube, it'll pull up our actual channel.
Yep.
Go ahead, Elizabeth. Did you put some awesome things in there that are easy to search for?
Oh, on the YouTube channel, I have no idea. I don't know how searchable it is, honestly. So my thing is there is a playlist and all of our Wednesday Wisdoms are under that playlist. There's not a lot of them. There's maybe 7 of them up there right now, but we're doing the best that we can, that like when we have a really good Wednesday Wisdom that's worthy to post, we're putting it up there.
Yes.
So definitely start using that as a resource. The only additional one product to everything we talked about today would be the massage oils of OrthoSport and Ortho.
Yes.
And
That is
I
a
just
great
love those
suggestion.
in that base of oil. And I honestly, the Ortho Ease has more essential oils than the OrthoSport. So I usually go for Ortho Ease.
That's a great suggestion. And I want to show you guys one last thing. And then I know we've got to go because we're going to do downline leadership is next. You guys, we're doing the entire module 8 today. And our next book, because we're almost done with this one, we are doing Gary Young's The One Gift. So if you want to read it in a group setting, go and grab a copy because One Gift is going to be the next leadership book club book. And I'm so excited to read it because I've never read it, believe it or not. How many of us have bought this book or seen this book and left it on the shelf and have never actually read it? I feel like it's one of those. But
I
that's
read
why,
it. It's so good. We will love it again. It's been literally like 8 years since I've read it.
oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so I want to show you guys one more thing, which is, so raindrop therapy, you guys, is probably one of the best things that you can be doing for your overall health. And if you don't know how to do a raindrop therapy, we're going to see if we can find this together, you guys, because Young Living is hosting an online raindrop therapy training on
Go down under
February
events.
11th. Yeah, hold
Yeah.
on one second. So I think it's company. I think Elizabeth is right. I believe it's under
Yeah.
events. I just want to make sure it's down here because sometimes they don't list them all. Is it the Wellness Connection? No, that's for Nashville. If you live in Nashville, look at that one. Convention, hopefully you all have your tickets. Experience Young Living, celebrate your success, farm events. Let's look at experience.
Just so you know, I just posted the YouTube link for Royal
There it
Dream Team
is.
in the chat.
Okay. So, oh, thank you very much, Debbie. Okay, so it's company events. Scroll down to Experience Young Living, this little guy. And what you'll see is Young Living is doing a lot more kind of official trainings, okay? So this is the Raindrop Technique Masterclass on February 11th, and you can register here. This is the Good Day Young Living virtual event on March 11th. You can also register there. Experience Young Living Canada is April 11th and 12th. And then we have, and I believe this is an in-person event if you happen to be in Alberta, Canada, or Calgary, yeah, Calgary, Alberta, April 11th and 12th, it's an in-person event. And then we have the Iron Will Men's Camp at Skyrider Ranch. And that is September 12th through the 14th, and you can register here as well. So raindrop therapy, you guys, that is one of my favorite things. It's been a huge blessing to my family, and it's not full yet, but believe it or not, those virtual classes do in fact fill up. So make sure you jump in and snag your spot if you're interested. So, well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Terry, is there any
I
closing
just want to
statements?
say, great job, Beverly. You really educated us on something that's helped you. That's your personal testimonial. Great job.
Oh, thank you. Elizabeth, anything you'd like to add?
Oh, goodness. You know, I think that we all know people that need what was talked about today. And I want to challenge us to not talk to one or two people, but like write a list of 5 people you know that have mentioned having pain, soreness, inflammation, fatigue, whatever. Go talk to them. Because if they don't get help from you, they're going to go to the grocery store if they're natural minded, and or they'll go to their doctor, so please, you guys, this is so deep on my heart that we just have to be bold enough to help the people we love.
Yeah, well, and Elizabeth, along those lines, there are far too many people that have accepted these sorts of things as a natural form of aging. And
Yeah.
it's not. You do not have to age in pain and discomfort. Look at Terry. Terry runs circles around all of us with her energy, and it's amazing. But if we look at the people around us as well, they always tell you to find someone who's 5 years away from where you are, or 10 years or so, like away from where you want to be. If you find those people and they're in great health, I am telling you, it has something to do with these things. So okay, you guys. Well, what's going to happen next is, if you are on Zoom, this Zoom is going to turn into the Zoom for Leadership Book Club. So if you're going to stick around for Downline Leadership Module 8, we're going to go ahead and start that in just a few minutes. I know we're already a little behind, you guys, but that's okay. It's going to take me just a few minutes to get the Clubhouse on and all of that. So if you are on the live stream, this live stream is going to end, and the live stream is actually going to become or this live stream will end, and then it's going to pop up again on the Leadership Book Club Facebook page, or you can join us on Clubhouse. So thank you guys very much. The learning continues. All right, bye.
Bye. Good job, Beverly.
Yeah, woohoo!
Did we?
Jill, like my picture I sent you.
There we go. Okay. You know what's funny, Elizabeth? Is that our little stop record, or the little recording thing that's usually in the corner isn't.